Okay, so previously we've shown you a brief overview of the Open Reaction Database Reaction Editor software. In this short tutorial we're going to show you more about creating a dataset. So a dataset is a core unit in the ORD. A dataset is essentially a collection of chemical reactions. So to create a dataset, I usually select the group I want to be in, but we can change that in the next step. We then have three options for ways to create datasets. So we can create a new one, a blank dataset from scratch. We can load up an existing Open Reaction Database file and make that as a new dataset in the editor. And we can also do something called enumeration, where we take a template reaction and we apply that over a spreadsheet to enumerate every row in that spreadsheet into a new reaction within a dataset. So let's start with loading up from file. Load from file. If I click on here, I can change which group I want that dataset to go into. And so let's load it up. Okay, first things first, normally in Windows you'll have to change to all files down here, and now I see my ORD files. Open, save. And there we go. It's loaded up the 104 reactions in that dataset. It's initially showing these reactions are invalid. It takes a while for the validation to catch up. So don't be alarmed by that. When you load up a larger dataset, it's going to start off with everything being labeled invalid, and then as it goes through, it'll update those labels. Okay. Let's go, and if I want to, let's also look on here. Then I can also remove datasets, clicking this button here. There's options to share it with other groups. We'll talk about that another time. And I can also download this dataset if I wanted to. So I could download that as a binary protocol buffer. That's a machine readable format, not human readable, but tends to be the most compact format we have. The text PB, text protocol buffer, that's human readable, so you can open that in the text editor. The files are a little bit larger though. And then a new one for us is a JSON version as well. So let's remove this dataset so it doesn't clutter up my interface. Let's go back and create a new dataset from scratch. So again, I can select the group here. I need to give my dataset a name. We can edit these values, that's certainly the name and description, after we've created it. So don't feel like you have to put the final versions in here right away. So here we go, a blank dataset. I said we can edit it. We can go in here and we can edit our dataset name. And we really do encourage you to try and give informative names and descriptions to help future users find your datasets. So we edit there. I can copy here a link to the dataset or the ID for the dataset. We have the same buttons there. And then once we're in this view here, we can add a reaction. And similar to the dataset level, we can do that an empty reaction, or we can load up a file with a single reaction in, or we can also do enumeration. Let's say from scratch, here we go. So this is then an empty reaction. So we can also show you then how to do enumeration. So if I want to enumerate a template, I go in here. This is the target group. We've got to give it a name, enumerated dataset, enumerated dataset description there. Okay, I need to select a template. So let's go for the golden template. This is one I've prepared previously. I need to also select a CSV file. Now, a quick note about that CSV file. We expect the file to be in a semicolon separated value format. So if we're looking at it in a text reader, See here, it's semicolons rather than commas. The ORD is an international effort, and this is quite important in some European computing systems. We'll talk another time about how to convert between comma separated and semicolon separated CSV. But for now, back to our enumeration workflow. We have our template reaction selected. We have our data selected. We get a preview of the template here, and then we need to match up. And the software will do its, will try and match up fields in the template to fields in the spreadsheet as best as it can. But sometimes you need to just give it a bit of help. And then we go create. And there we go. Go to Dataset. 288 reactions created. So, one of the really nice features of the Open Reaction Database Reaction Editor is this enumeration workflow. When you have highly structured data, large tables of data, you don't have to create each reaction individually. You create a template and you apply that template over your table. So that's our brief tour of creating datasets. Next, we'll look in more detail at creating reactions.